Imagine waking up to the sun's first rays, but instead of feeling refreshed, you're met with a heavy, persistent fatigue. This isn't just a bad night's sleep, it's the pervasive struggle many women face after 30, a silent thief of vitality that can cast a long shadow over your days. You might lie in bed, the quiet hours stretching out, feeling the familiar ache of exhaustion even before your feet touch the floor. The world outside is already buzzing with activity, but you feel anchored to your bed, a heavy blanket of weariness making even the simplest tasks feel monumental. It's a frustration that can feel deeply isolating, tossing and turning while the world races ahead, wishing for a deep, restorative sleep that seems perpetually out of reach. You might find yourself questioning what's changed, why the energy you once took for granted has begun to ebb away, leaving you feeling like you're running on empty. This isn't about laziness or a lack of effort, it's about navigating a complex interplay of internal shifts and external pressures that can disrupt the very foundation of our well-being, sleep. This particular journey is for you if you've experienced that gnawing sense of fatigue that no amount of coffee can truly conquer. It's for the woman who finds herself increasingly sensitive to noise, light, or even the gentle hum of daily life, her nervous system feeling perpetually on edge. Perhaps you've noticed a creeping intolerance to stress, where minor setbacks now feel like major catastrophes, draining your reserves faster than you can replenish them. You might be looking in the mirror and seeing the subtle signs of this internal imbalance, a dullness to your skin, a feeling of being less you than you used to be. The vibrant, resilient woman you are feels hidden beneath layers of fatigue and overwhelm, and you're yearning to find her again. This script is designed to acknowledge and validate that experience, to whisper a truth that so many women share but often feel they must bear alone. It's about recognizing that this isn't a personal failing, but a signal from your body, a complex response to the myriad changes and demands of modern life, particularly as we move into our 30s and beyond. We understand the deep desire to reclaim your nights, not just for the sake of feeling more awake during the day, but for the profound impact restorative sleep has on every facet of your life, your mood, your cognitive function, your physical health, your relationships, and your overall sense of self. It's about more than just getting through the day, it's about thriving, about having the energy and mental clarity to engage fully with life, to pursue your passions, to be present for your loved ones, and to simply enjoy the richness of each moment. The frustration of knowing what you could be doing, what you want to be doing, but being held back by this persistent fatigue is a heavy burden. This is why we're embarking on this exploration, not with judgment or a quick fix, but with a compassionate understanding of the intricate biological and psychological landscape that influences our sleep and energy levels. We're going to gently peel back the layers, exploring the often overlooked physiological shifts and lifestyle factors that can rob us of our vital energy, painting a clear picture of the internal battles fought each night. Our focus is on understanding the nuanced ways that hormonal fluctuations, stress responses, and societal pressures can converge to create this pervasive exhaustion. It's a holistic view, acknowledging that our sleep is not an isolated event but is deeply intertwined with our daily habits, our emotional well-being, and the subtle, yet significant, biological recalibrations that occur as we age. You're not imagining it, something is genuinely different, and understanding those differences is the first step toward making meaningful change. We aim to illuminate a path forward, one that is grounded in expert insights and relatable scenarios, revealing actionable strategies that are not overwhelming but rather empowering. Think of it as a gentle, guided rediscovery of your body's natural rhythms and a reconnection with your own inner resilience. This is about transforming that lingering exhaustion into vibrant, sustained well-being, and it starts with a deep dive into the why behind the struggle, setting the stage for the practical, nurturing solutions to follow. The frustration can be immense when you feel like you're doing everything right, eating reasonably well, trying to exercise, managing your schedule, yet the fatigue persists, a stubborn companion that refuses to leave. You might find yourself caught in a cycle of guilt and self-recrimination, wondering why you can't simply power through like you used to. This script is designed to break that cycle, to offer a different perspective that emphasizes understanding and self-compassion over self-criticism. We recognize that the demands placed on women, particularly after the age of 30, can be significant, encompassing career, family, relationships, and personal growth, all while navigating the natural biological changes of the body. This can create a perfect storm that impacts sleep quality and energy levels, often in ways that are not immediately obvious. Our aim is to provide a roadmap, not of perfection, but of progress, focusing on sustainable habits and a deeper connection with your own needs. This is about more than just sleep hygiene in the traditional sense. It's about understanding the intricate tapestry of your physical and emotional health and how it directly influences your ability to rest and recharge. We will delve into the specific physiological shifts that women commonly experience, exploring how these can impact sleep architecture and daytime energy. By understanding these underlying mechanisms, we can begin to identify personalized strategies that resonate with your unique experience. The goal is to empower you with knowledge and practical tools, enabling you to reclaim your nights and, in doing so, revitalize your days. It's a journey of rediscovery, of learning to listen to your body's signals and responding with kindness and informed action, ultimately leading to a more energized and fulfilling life. The pervasive fatigue many women experience after 30 often stems from a complex interplay of hormonal shifts, particularly concerning estrogen and progesterone levels, and their downstream effects on neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, which are crucial for sleep regulation and mood stability. As ovarian function naturally fluctuates, these hormonal tides can create imbalances that disrupt the delicate circadian rhythm, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Furthermore, the body's stress response system, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal (HPA) axis, can become dysregulated, leading to elevated cortisol levels, especially in the evening, which acts as a stimulant rather than a calming agent. This chronic activation of the stress response can also deplete essential nutrients, such as magnesium and B vitamins, which are vital for energy production and nervous system function. Consequently, even if external stressors are managed, the internal physiological landscape can contribute significantly to feelings of exhaustion and poor sleep quality. Consider how a sudden drop in estrogen, for instance, can impact thermoregulation, leading to night sweats or hot flashes that fragment sleep, even if the woman isn't consciously aware of waking. This physiological cascade creates a feedback loop where poor sleep exacerbates stress, and stress further impairs sleep, deepening the cycle of fatigue. Building on this understanding of hormonal and stress responses, it's essential to examine how lifestyle choices, often made unconsciously, can compound these internal challenges. The modern woman's schedule is frequently packed with demands that blur the lines between work and personal life, leading to insufficient downtime and a constant state of low-grade arousal. The ubiquitous presence of blue light emitted from screens, phones, tablets, computers, well into the evening disrupts the body's natural production of melatonin, the hormone that signals it's time to sleep. Moreover, the timing and composition of meals play a critical role. Consuming heavy or stimulating foods close to bedtime can interfere with digestion and sleep onset, while skipping meals or relying on quick, processed options throughout the day can lead to blood sugar fluctuations that impact energy levels and sleep quality. Another crucial layer is the subtle yet significant impact of inflammation, which can be exacerbated by diet, stress, and hormonal imbalances, and can directly contribute to systemic fatigue and disrupt sleep. Think about the cumulative effect of late-night work emails, a quick sugary snack before bed, and the persistent hum of a busy mind. Each element, seemingly small on its own, contributes to the overall burden on the body's restorative processes. The emotional and psychological toll of chronic fatigue cannot be overstated, often manifesting as increased irritability, reduced patience, and a diminished capacity for joy. When sleep is consistently compromised, the brain's ability to process emotions effectively is impaired, leading to a heightened sensitivity to perceived threats or negative stimuli. This can create a vicious cycle where emotional dysregulation further fuels anxiety and stress, making it even more challenging to achieve restful sleep. For example, a woman might find herself snapping at loved ones over minor issues, or feeling a pervasive sense of dread and worry that intensifies as bedtime approaches, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of sleeplessness. This emotional exhaustion, coupled with physical fatigue, can significantly impact one's motivation and ability to engage in self-care practices that are crucial for breaking the cycle. The cognitive load of constantly feeling tired, difficulty concentrating, impaired memory, and slower processing speeds, adds another layer of burden, making everyday tasks feel overwhelming and contributing to a sense of being perpetually behind. Furthermore, the societal narrative often places an unspoken expectation on women to manage multiple responsibilities without showing signs of strain, creating an internal pressure to do it all perfectly. This can lead to a suppression of genuine needs and a tendency to push through exhaustion, rather than listening to the body's signals for rest. The normalization of being busy and the glorification of hustle culture can make it difficult to prioritize sleep, which is often perceived as a luxury rather than a fundamental necessity for health and well-being. Consequently, women may feel guilty for resting or taking time for themselves, further exacerbating feelings of inadequacy and stress. Consider the internal dialogue that might arise when declining a social invitation due to exhaustion. I should be able to handle this, or everyone else is managing, why can't I? This self-judgment can be a significant barrier to implementing effective sleep and energy management strategies, as it undermines self-compassion and the acknowledgement of genuine limitations. The cumulative effect of these physiological, lifestyle, and psychosocial factors creates a profound disconnect between a woman's desired level of vitality and her lived experience. It's like trying to run a marathon with a heavy backpack filled with stones, where each stone represents an unaddressed hormonal shift, a late-night email, or a moment of self-criticism. This backpack grows heavier over time, making the simple act of moving forward feel arduous. The challenge isn't a lack of willpower, it's about recognizing the weight of these accumulated burdens and learning how to strategically lighten the load. The persistent fatigue, therefore, is not merely a symptom of insufficient sleep, but a complex signal of an overburdened system that requires a multifaceted approach to restoration. Understanding these intricate connections is paramount to developing effective, sustainable strategies for reclaiming energy and improving sleep quality. Consequently, addressing this pervasive fatigue requires a nuanced understanding that goes beyond surface-level advice. It involves a deep dive into the individual's specific physiological landscape, acknowledging the unique hormonal and neurological pathways that influence sleep and energy. It also necessitates a critical examination of lifestyle habits, environmental factors, and ingrained societal pressures that contribute to this state of depletion. By illuminating these interconnected elements, we can begin to formulate a path toward genuine restoration, one that respects the complexity of the female body and mind. This comprehensive perspective is key to moving beyond the frustration of constant exhaustion and towards a state of sustained vitality and well-being, recognizing that true energy management is a holistic endeavor. Reflecting on this journey so far, we can perceive a subtle yet profound shift in our understanding. It's akin to observing a landscape that, initially appearing obscured by mist, gradually reveals its contours and interconnected features as the fog lifts. The cumulative weight of the various factors we've explored doesn't simply add up, rather, they converge, influencing one another in a dynamic interplay that shapes our daily experience of vitality. This convergence creates a more intricate, yet ultimately more accurate, picture of the forces at play, moving us beyond a singular focus to appreciate the systemic nature of our well-being. The initial sense of bewilderment or frustration begins to transform as these threads weave together, offering a more coherent narrative of our internal world. As we pivot towards the final reflection, consider the emergent pattern from these interwoven threads. It's not about isolating a single cause or implementing a solitary fix, but about recognizing how various elements, from the microscopic dance of hormones to the macroscopic demands of our lives, collectively shape our capacity for restoration. The insights gained illuminate not just the challenges, but also the inherent potential for recalibration. It's as if we've been navigating a complex maze, and now, with a clearer map, the exit, or rather, the path to a more energized existence, begins to come into view. This synthesized understanding prepares us for the gentle, yet powerful, steps that lie ahead in reclaiming our sense of self and our natural rhythm. The implications of this convergence point towards a more integrated approach to self-care, one that honors the multifaceted nature of our experience. It's about acknowledging that our physical, emotional, and environmental worlds are not separate entities, but rather deeply connected components of a single, living system. This holistic perspective is crucial as we move towards the culmination of our exploration, allowing us to anticipate how targeted strategies can create ripple effects throughout our entire being. The anticipation builds not from a promise of immediate eradication of fatigue, but from the dawning realization of a more sustainable and deeply nourishing path toward renewed energy and profound well-being. This preparatory phase allows us to internalize the significance of the journey thus far, setting the stage for the final, empowering insights. The journey we've shared has illuminated the profound and often invisible ways that fatigue can weave itself into the fabric of a woman's life, particularly after 30. We've moved beyond simply acknowledging the struggle to understanding the intricate symphony of biological shifts, lifestyle choices, and emotional landscapes that contribute to this pervasive drain on vitality. The persistent feeling of being perpetually behind, of wading through days thick with weariness, is not a personal failing but a complex response to a multitude of interconnected factors. It's a testament to the body's intricate communication system, a signal that our internal environment is out of balance, asking for our attention and gentle recalibration. This understanding is not meant to overwhelm, but to empower, offering a new lens through which to view and address the challenges we face. The core message that emerges from this exploration is one of integration and self-compassion. We've seen how hormonal fluctuations, stress responses, and even the glow of our screens can subtly, yet significantly, disrupt our restorative sleep and deplete our energy reserves. This isn't about identifying a single culprit, but about recognizing the elegant complexity of our own systems and learning to work with them, rather than against them. The fatigue many women experience is a deeply personal yet widely shared experience, a silent dialogue between our bodies and our lives. By understanding the confluence of these influences, we can begin to shift from a reactive approach, simply trying to push through, to a proactive one, nurturing our well-being from the inside out. This shift in perspective is the foundation upon which lasting change is built, transforming the narrative from one of struggle to one of empowered self-care. The true practice begins now, not with an exhaustive list of to-dos, but with a gentle invitation to listen. It's an invitation to notice the subtle cues your body offers, the way certain foods make you feel, the impact of a quiet evening versus a late night, the sensation of your breath when you're stressed. This ongoing practice of mindful awareness is the most potent tool we possess. It allows us to move beyond generalized advice and toward personalized strategies that truly resonate with our individual needs. It's about creating space for rest not as a luxury, but as a fundamental pillar of our health, just as essential as nourishment or movement. This commitment to listening and responding with kindness is the most profound act of self-love, a quiet revolution against the relentless demands that can lead to depletion. Ultimately, reclaiming your nights and revitalizing your days is not about achieving an unattainable state of constant, boundless energy, but about cultivating a sustainable rhythm that honors your body's natural cycles and your own inherent capacity for resilience. It's about finding a harmonious balance, where rest and activity, nourishment and renewal, coexist. This journey is a continuous unfolding, a process of learning and adapting, and at its heart lies the profound realization that you are not alone.